Hi, and welcome back to Mom Utopia. I am Kayleena, and today we are going to talk about what has been going on. And I might not be coming back to YouTube for a very long time, at least by doing videos and stuff like that. And I will explain in the upcoming few seconds. So welcome back, you guys. It is awesome talking to you again. I know I haven't done videos in a very long time and everything else like that, but there is a lot to go that has been going on, and I want to inform you guys of what is going on. I have been posting information, everything else like that, not much, just like bits and pieces to keep you lovely individuals up to a little bit of up to date of what's been going on, everything else like that. So usually I do the intro, but I'm not going to do it today. I know that you guys are here to find out what's going on. Why have I basically dropped off the edge of the earth and everything else like that? And I basically have. If you're new here, I'm sorry. I have a baby waking up. Okay, sorry. I'm still trying to get my thoughts together and everything else like that. He just woke up. So if you're new here and you're wondering what in the tarnation is going on, my YouTube channel was dealing with yarn and knitting, crocheting, and showing off wonderful things that I am doing. And we are a special needs family, ranging from the ages of 9, 6, and 3 years old. As you can tell, it's been a good minute. I've kind of stopped doing YouTube for a while, and I just want to inform you guys what's been going on. Okay, so I'm outside so I don't wake them up and everything else like that. For those that has been here for a while, y'all know the cuteness went in for an EEG, 72-hour EEG. The very next day, my husband took over, and he informed me that morning that they got all the information that they needed, and that they no longer need to do it, that they needed to keep the electrodes onto his head, and that they needed to go ahead and give him his medicine that second and watch him for another full day, all night, and release him the next morning and see if the medication would help, see if they would see a reaction. They didn't inform us of anything at all. I knew something wasn't right. This was like our fourth time doing this, and they've never cut it short, no matter what has happened, no matter what type of seizures he had. So this was the first. I knew something was up. So he also had a MRI. Yeah, he also had an MRI. So when we talked to the doctor, come to find out with his MRI, he has HME. I can never pronounce it correctly. HME basically means that he has one side of his brain bigger than the other side. He also has PMG, polymicrogyria, and that is too many small folds in the brain. The HME and the PMG is all on one side of the brain, and it's all on, it's his left side is affected, so it's all on the left side of his brain. His whole hemisphere, the left side of his hemisphere, is affected by the HME and the PMG. So two brain disorders that are rare. It is very well known in the HME community that the individual will start developing more and more seizures, and they'll become more and more violent, to the point where it might start earlier in their life, where they're infants, all the way up until teenagers, middle-aged, but usually they always end up with a surgery, and that surgery is a disconnect between one side of the brain compared to the other side. or they might end up where they basically kill one side of the brain and leave the other side alive. Because I mean, shoot, if you end up basically killing both sides of the brain, you're unaliving yourself, in a sense. Yeah. So we knew this was coming. We've been prepped and prepared, in a sense, for about 3 years. So 3 years ago, we did a MRI. You could barely see where one side of his brain was bigger than the other side. That's the HME. This time around, when we saw the MRI, it was blatantly obvious. I mean, it was just, you can take somebody off the street that has zero knowledge would be able to, why is that side bigger? Aren't they supposed to be the same? Type of knowledge. Like, is that obvious? So it's grown that significant in just 3 years. Come to find out, when he was having his MRI and everything else like that, he was having nonstop seizures. Continuous, nonstop. To the point where they were afraid that it was actually going to stop just happening on the left side of his brain and literally jump to the other side and take over and engulf and turn into a full-blown violent seizure. It was that constant. That's the reason why they stopped it, and that's the reason why they went ahead and put him on his medication. In between the MRI and seeing the doctor and talking to her about everything, he ended up having an allergic reaction to one of his seizure meds. And two, actually, matter of fact. One, this is dealing around Easter. One was, he would get like really, really hot to this touch. And keep in mind, he can't sweat. So he started getting really hot to the touch. He would get really red from head to toe. And it was about an hour after I gave it to him, he finally started cooling down. But then he would also talk about the fact that he was like overheated. He wanted to go into the room, and he wanted the air conditioner on full blast, lowest setting, and he wanted it on him. That's not normal. That's not my baby. Something wasn't right. So she said that that was an allergic reaction. Then we switched it to another one where he went into a deep depression, where he literally cried. I think I clocked it at him crying, violently crying, like just that type of a cry for over 8 hours, 8.5 hours, I think it was. The only time he stopped was because he was asleep or because he was eating, and he would even want to cry then. Both me and my husband decided that enough was enough, because I'm leaving out some information. But basically, after a few days, we were just like, enough's enough. Day before Easter, Friday. Friday, we took him off. We just went ahead and we said, bump it. We threw our hands up in the air, and we put him on his old dosage, his old medication that was working, that he was able to communicate, he was able to be fine, he was able to function, everything. We took him off of everything and we put him on that. Do keep in mind, I know it's unsafe and you're not supposed to do that, but do keep in mind with him, he was on it for like 2 days. So there was like 0 effects. Like, it was not even enough time to even really start getting into his system or anything. Nothing that we thought about that as well. So don't even worry about it. When we explained to her what was occurring and everything, she understood, and she said that we made the right move, technically. So, she said that this was considered as the 6th, by Easter evening, he finally laughed for the first time in days. First time. He finally stopped crying that day. And then the very next day, our cuteness was back. And that was hard. That was very hard. To see my baby so deeply depressed. It was, oh no. She said because that was his 6th medication that was not working and that he's failed. And he was having cluster seizures. We had to put him on medication to take care of his cluster seizures. And we finally hit the stage of looking at the surgery. So I'm like, okay. She's about to talk to the doctor or to the surgeons and run it past them, and we have it set up where we're gonna sit down, have them look at the case, his whole life, look at every test, everything, and go ahead and see what their suggestion is of which surgery it is. So there's 2 options to the surgery. One of them is where they completely go down the hemisphere and they disconnect one hemisphere from the other. The other one is where they disconnect one hemisphere from the other and they disconnect these 2. This hemisphere ends into 2. So he'll end up with 1, 2, 3 full hemispheres instead of 2 separates. One of the surgeries, he's going to probably lose the ability to walk. Both of them is going to probably lose the ability to walk. One is a higher chance of him being able to relearn how to walk again and how to take care of himself. The other one, he might actually end up paralyzed. He might end up needing crutches or something to help him walk and to be able to get it from point A to point B. So having all of that in mind, I have went into full-blown declutter the house and get it ready for my baby. I'm getting rid of everything. I have been reorganizing, setting it up for someone that's a wheelchair bound individual. So I'm going through the house and I'm doing everything like that. I am getting rid of almost any and everything that's in the way, that would be in the way of the chair or a walker, whatever it is. I wish I had my water out here, but I don't have my water. So it's not good news. It's not. So because it's not good news, I don't know when I'm going to come back, if I ever do come back. And if I do, it's going to be a huge change. Or if I just do it, it'll be like every few months I just give you a little bit of an update. What have I been knitting and crocheting on, or anything else like that. Nothing like what I was. I am throwing myself into my boys. I'm throwing myself into my son. My family comes first, and you guys know this. I greatly appreciate all the love, support, and passion that you guys have given me, and understanding as well. We really needed that, especially me. I really needed that, and I so greatly appreciate it, and I love this community for this. But that's basically what's been going on. Not including the fact that I'm about to talk to the geneticist this Thursday and find out if he might even have more genetic disorders that just got diagnosed, or what's going on, or you know what I mean? It's just like, so that's why I was like, with this information, I wanted to go ahead and just talk to you guys about this and go ahead and inform you too. His birthday. So his birthday is this Saturday. So I got that to plan as well. Schooling is finally out. So I'm taking this time to clean the house and everything else like that. Y'all see that I'm popping up into more and more lives, but I'm not talking to people about what's going on. And the reason why is because I'm trying to be considerate of the host. I know y'all are honestly generically curious and concerned, and I love that from you guys. But I'm honestly trying to be very, very considerate of the host. And I don't want to take away from them. It's their life, it's their channel, it's their time. I want to be there to have fun, to enjoy myself, or to just sit there and knit and not want to think about. I just don't want to think. I just don't want to think. So as you guys can tell, there's a lot going on, a lot on my plate. I'm trying to declutter off my plate, but I'm here. If you see me pop in and I say hey to everybody and everything else like that, please do not be afraid to say, hey, how you doing? How's the boys doing? How's everything doing? And if I just come back real quick going, everything's good, it's not because I'm trying to be short. It's because I'm honestly just trying to be considerate of the host or the person that's over the live. And I'm trying to be considerate of trying to keep it upbeat and happy for them. I don't want to take over. I don't want to make it all sad and negative or anything else like that. I hope you guys can understand me trying to do that for them. Also too, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I ain't got no issues answering any and everything. If you want me to do a video explaining the different types of surgeries, I'll be happy to try to do that if I have time on my hands. But I will be still posting pictures of my work on my channel. I'll be probably still posting them throughout everyone else's channels as well and everything else like that. And I greatly appreciate y'all being patient and understanding with me and everything else like that. I really do. Yeah. Yeah, you can have it.
What is it?
It's a toy. It's a scorpion. Isn't it cute? Yeah. So I don't know when I'm going to do a live again. I don't know when I'm going to do everything. I do have some individuals that's going to you so silly, share this video out, make their own video explaining to you guys what's going on and everything else like that. But oh my goodness. Yeah. So that's all I have to share right now. I would be happy to show you my new knitted shirt that I'm trying to do, but unfortunately my whole table is covered with arts and crafts supplies, and I'm trying to declutter the arts and crafts section and figure out what we need to get rid of. Are you serious? So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I hope y'all have a wonderful and a fabulous day. And I hope I answered every question that you guys can possibly be thinking about. Again, thank you for everything. And I will talk to you guys soon. If not, I'll see you next month or the month after. Or I'll see you in someone's live. Or I'll see you something. But thank you again. And blessed be. You want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye. Did you love me? You're so cute.